I got out. Let's talk about what it's like to have a mental health crisis in Canada. I took pictures and videos like I was a tourist for you guys, so let's get into it. So the first thing you do is go to emergency and they put you in triage, and if you've ever been in triage, you know that it's hell. I was there for 4 hours until they moved me to another room for 2 hours, and then I was moved to a bed. But when they put me in the bed, I started sobbing uncontrollably. Finally, a doctor comes in and he sees me sobbing uncontrollably and he's like, "You don't look so good." We talked for about 20 minutes and he was like, "I don't think you should go home alone." So he finally moves me to a room full of recliner chairs and he's like, "Sit there and wait for a team of psychiatrists." Finally, a couple hours later, a psychiatrist comes. I tell her my story and she's like, "Yes, you need a bed, but you're gonna have to wait 1 to 2 days. Worth it, because I knew if I went home I wasn't gonna survive, but do I get a bed? No. Now, if you know me, you know that I have insomnia. Unless I am medicated and laying down in a comfy bed, I don't sleep. And I was in that ward for not 1, not 2, but 3 days. My eyes are super bloodshot because I haven't slept, and my hair is super greasy because I haven't showered. Look how dry my hands were. I had to wash my hands every like 20 minutes because it was so gross in that ward. Mind you, I wouldn't have been able to sleep because there was always some kind of crisis going on. Finally, on Thursday night, my ride shows up and it's 2 paramedics. At this point, I am fully traumatized, I am skittish, I am dissociated, an exposed nerve, a husk of a human. The point of that ward that I was in was not to keep me comfortable, it was to keep me alive. And they did, but barely. But anyway, I step outside for the first time in 3 days so I could hop into the ambulance and go to the other hospital. The entire paramedic ride, they were keeping track of my blood pressure and they were just asking me about myself. It was a lot of small talk for someone who could hardly even speak at that point. We pull up to the new hospital and they walk me to the crisis stabilization unit, which is where I would be staying. And y'all, it's dimly lit in there. The nurses are so nice. They're like, "Let's give you a tour." They were like, "This is the fridge. It's fully stocked with snacks whenever you're hungry." I was like, "Can I have a shower?" And she was like, "Yes, towels over there, pajamas, whatever you need." I had the only room with a bathroom, and obviously the locks could not be real for safety. I got 3 square meals a day, and I got privileges to leave the unit to go for walks. Every day they gave me more therapy stuff to work through. And while I was working through the therapy stuff, I would have a nurse assigned to me so I could discuss it with them. I was on my period while I was there, so they did their best to keep me comfortable. The beds were quite cozy, so I was able to sleep like a baby when I got back from the other ward. And someone on the ward had a service dog, and he made his nighttime rounds and said goodnight to everyone. So I was there for 4 days, and today was my release day. As much as the whole experience sucked, I'm really glad I did it. I think that when you reach a point of death's doorstep, you need to advocate for yourself. Canada's healthcare system is free, but blatantly broken. Canada needs more funding for healthcare. The hospital was no place for a sick person. I had to tell a minimum of 15 different people my story because there's probably a lack of communication due to confidentiality reasons. And when you have to explain why you wanted to die over and over again, there's a big chance it's going to start to make sense, and that can be a trigger. I was just lucky that the people I was talking to were qualified. If you're still listening right now, oh my god, round of applause for you. Reach out. Don't let yourself get to the point that I got to. And if you don't take time for your mental health, you will be forced to make time.
家国无忧，与你分享精彩加拿大，欢迎关注我们，记得一键3连哦。